guys, today I want to tell you about something. The Nairobi show. Now, I know some of you don't know what that is. Some of you have forgotten how nice it was. You know, this was the ultimate fun place in Nairobi in the 70s and 80s. It was at the Jamhuri grounds. So it was called Jamhuri Show. Jamhuri means freedom. Freedom show at the fairgrounds. Now that I think about it, I guess it was the fair. I was a little boy back then. I couldn't afford to go to the show. And my parents, they couldn't stray from paying school fees for my 4 sisters and 1 brother. Luckily, I was a Boy Scout. Yeah, Bud and Paul reached me too. So I went to Jamhuri Show as a Boy Scout. Nairobi Show or Jamhuri Show or the ASK Show had a lot of activities. Yes, we got to see great cows, chicken, goats, and hogs. At the show, we got to play all sorts of games and win lots of gifts. When we were lucky, I got to eat cotton candy for the first time in my life. And those farmer sausages, oh my God, they hit the right spot when you're hungry and didn't lose all your money playing those games. Then of course, you could go to the arena and watch all those military games, football games, the acrobatic shows. You see, I remember going to the Jamhuri Showgrounds in 1976. This is where, with my own 2 eyes, I got to see the football legend Pele teach Starehe Boy children his famous bicycle kick. Nairobi Show was the ultimate date place to take your girl. Back then, I didn't have a girl. I was just a kid, man. Back then, I didn't even know my wife Rosemary existed. But somehow, as a young boy, I watched couples date, hold hands, take pictures, and even kiss, as some made proposals and lifelong commitments. Back then, they called it courting. Yes, I watched and wondered how I would approach a girl as beautiful as my unknown wife, Rosemary. A fellow Boy Scout whispered in my ear, to get a girl, you need to write her a letter. A letter? That's all? I smiled. Was I gonna write letter R, O, S, E, or maybe letter L, O, V, E? If I wrote the letter, how would it get to the girl I liked? I wondered. I didn't know nothing about post office and how stamps worked in those days. We didn't even have text or messenger or WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram and all these apps that one can get a friend or an enemy so easily nowadays. The only thing we had going was our mouth. To talk to the girl face to face. But that was even harder because you got scared when you met the girl, when she was coming. And that's why we didn't get girls early. But this show made me want to write a letter to a girl I didn't even know, let alone have. Well and good. My friends, if I wrote that letter, it would have been the best letter ever. The stray cat at my school would have taken it and ran with it and passed it to the dog. The dog would have grabbed it and dribbled and dodged the head boy, then headed it to the goat. The goat would have settled it on the chest and cooled it with the feet. and then it would have nutmegged the headmaster, then passed it to the dove. The dove would have jumped the school fence, then flown majestically all the way to golf course where my girl lived, and handed over my letter to my unknown wife, Rosemary. The letter would have simply read, I want to take you to Nairobi show. That's all. But it isn't funny. Back then, I didn't know how to write. And my girl, back then, I'm thinking, she didn't know how to read. Don't tell her. And that's nothing but the truth why I didn't take her to Nairobi show. Unaona, nilitaka kukuandikia barua demu wa mine. Nilitaka kukuandikia barua mapema demu wa mine. Si unajua mapema ndio best. Maze, hiyo barua ningeiandika ingekuwa noma sana. Kapaka kangeichukua, kakimbie nayo na kangeipatia dogi. Dogi nayo ingekata, halafu kangepiga hedi mpaka kwa mbuzi. Mbuzi nayo ingeisettle kwa chest, iweke kwa mguu, kisha ipige kanzu huyo headmaster, halafu ipatie douche. Douche maze, ingepepeta, halafu ipepee hadi huko golf course, imbwagie mkononi barua yangu huyo mke wangu. Barua ingesema tu hivi maze, si ningetaka nikupeleke show. Haki nilitaka kukuandikia barua demu wa mine, lakini ni vile tu hizo masiku sikujua kuwrite. Na yenyewe wewe pia hukujua kuread. Sasa leo umejua ni kwa nini sikukuraitia. Yeah. Wacha mcheze mziki man.